for the love of
Gary, how far do we have to come out?
Do you know how many people are watching this video that would murder for the opportunity to have these watches?
You sent
you unhappy prick.
Scrambled eggs to some dude. You jumped the line.
You sent some lilacs.
What do you actually do with all those watches that you put online?
I sell them. What do you mean?
That's sick. What's up, Watch fam? My name is Michael, and today I look like an American flag, and this is...
Christian, the curator of the Theo and Harris Watch Shop.
You look like moss on a rock.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm wet.
Today we're spicing it up a little bit because we have two news stories that we typically
He's funny. Anytime someone says the word spice, I go like this.
Yeah, ooh,
it's spicy.
I'm Italian. I put
no, I was thinking more like Sofia Vergara, like spicy.
Oh, Sofia Vergara. You think of Sofia Vergara.
She's spicy.
She is spicy. Yeah.
Muy caliente.
Sí. Okay, so today we have two stories, but at the end, this is the pilot episode of a roast your collection / analyze your collection / just talk about someone else's collection.
Christian Zerone, roast your collection.
That's probably going to be the title.
Yeah.
Roast your collection.
Ben Shapiro dismantles leftist.
Anyways, today's a little different because we are roasting, not really roasting, but talking about a collection of someone you know.
Yep.
So this is the pilot. If this goes well, we will get collection of things from you people. We'll get pictures and stuff like that, and we'll do this again.
Yes.
But anyways, shall we?
We shall.
First, a bit of news. This man right here, the friendliest man in Hollywood.
Keanu Reeves. Were you a Matrix fan?
No. I've seen The Matrix, but I never was like into it.
Yeah, same with me. They're good. I just didn't.
It's kind of, tap.
Yeah. A lot of guns.
A lot of big things going on. I understand. No, yeah. I thought it was cool, but I never really got like super into it.
Yeah, neither did I. But he's like the nicest guy in the world. He's also John Wick.
Yes.
Anyway, long story short, he has 5 stunt doubles on the John Wick movie franchise. Yeah. And he gifted, at the wrap, when they wrapped, he gifted each one of those guys a Rolex Submariner, brand new from the AD. With an engraving on the back. Did you see the engraving?
It said the person's name, and it said, "Thank you, Keanu JW4 2021."
That's very, very cool. I love that.
Yeah.
Look, this is not like crazy breaking news. It's just kind of cool. Like we always talk about, like, we're like-minded people in that we like to mark, memories with watches. What better memory, kind of whatever.
Yep.
It's very, very generous of him. He clearly didn't need to do that. I know that $50,000 to him is not a lot of money, so it wasn't a big deal.
Right.
But I think it was an extremely big deal. Completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
And the photos that the press got are actually really nice.
Yeah,
like they put them on Instagram. It's just him clearly laughing with
his boys.
People.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
They're all trying on the watch. Like,
I bet you the dinner or whatever it was as special as the watches.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he hung out with them, and he just seems like the kind of guy. He did an interview. I forget. It might have been like Stephen Colbert or something like that. Hardly call it an interview, but he did like a conversation on TV with Stephen Colbert, and I believe, and he asked him, because Keanu Reeves knows everything, like he's like very wise. So he asked him, "What happens when you die, Keanu Reeves?" And it's like kind of like a layup, like like a traditional like existential question, and he goes, "I know that those who love us will miss us." And the entire room goes, "Oh!" Anyway,
which, if you think about it, is a really just bland thing to say.
But when you say it like that and you take pauses, it's like you can say anything.
Do you know how many times we have fallen for that? Interviewing and talking to people, when they pause, we're like, "That was great.
That was brilliant."
Wow,
like, wow,
you
said nothing.
Incredible. And then I have to edit it, and I'm like,
whoops.
Those have never been posted, so thank goodness.
Next, Vacheron Constantin traditional complete calendar. This is like a triple calendar, right? I mean,
triple calendar.
Or a triple calendar plus moon phase is a complete calendar?
Yep.
Oh, very cool.
So, triple calendar, adding the moon phase, basically, like you said, that is a complete calendar, meaning that it shows everything, and you can have a correct moon phase or correct phase of the moon on your wrist for 122 years.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, right?
But out of those 122 years, how many minutes will you know what the fuck moon it is? Like,
how many times will you care what moon it is?
I would love to poll like moon phase owners.
Yeah.
And what percentage of them actually know how to use moon phase? Who would buy that data? Nobody. Who would pay for it? It's I can't say it's useless data, but I can't think of a buyer for it. So Yeah.
I can't think of a single person that would be like,
I need to own that data.
that'll really help my company out.
Yeah.
How many people actually use this?
Yeah.
Because then they probably wouldn't put moon phases on watches anymore.
It's useless data.
This is not the first VC Traditional complete calendar, but it is the first in white gold. So it's come in other metals, but that's why it's a big deal.
Do you like this watch?
I do really like this
Yeah.
watch a lot. This feels... Sorry, go ahead.
No, monochromatic. It's super pretty. I mean, what's the size? Do you know?
41 millimeters in diameter, 10.7 millimeters thick, with a water resistance of 30 meters.
So it's actually pretty thin. I think 41's a little bit big.
Yes,
I
same.
do.
Same.
How do you think how do you think the dial is laid out at 41? Do you think this could have been 39, or would it have been tight?
I think it could have been... Wait, what dimension did you say? 39?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 39. I tend to like, even if things look a little bit tight, I tend to like that better than adding space. Not that this watch even really has a lot of space, but I have seen plenty of vintage watches that are 36, 34, with the same kind of hand around the date, and it looks great.
It's a beautiful watch. They did a great job. To me, the Traditional is, I think it's the prettiest watch in its class. Not the complete calendar, just the bare bones. If you compare it against the modern production Calatrava and compare it against the like Lange 1815 and other precious metal time only dress watches, I think that it is the most handsome. Even the Piaget Altiplano, I think that this is the best looking one.
$41,300. Steal? Good deal? Bad deal?
Good deal.
Good deal.
Good deal. Put it in perspective. I mean, it's significantly more complicated than, let's say, like a Nautilus.
Yep.
And it's $10,000 more money.
True.
You know what I mean? Like that's a big difference.
And if you have 122 years, so how much does it really cost per day? I love when someone justifies that.
Someone's financial planner is like, you're kidding, right?
Well, if you really think about it, it's like cents a day. It's like nothing.
Yeah, it's funny. I have a lot of friends from Staten Island, and they're the way they think about money sometimes is funny. Like when they go to like lease a car. I think speaking of polling, I bet you that you would find that outer boroughs like Staten Island, these people spend a disproportionate amount of money on their cars than
that would be data
places.
People like.
That is data people would actually care about. They would say like, yeah, I wanted the X5, but the X7's like stupid. Like it's fucking mint.
Yeah.
And it's only like another $12 a day. Who doesn't have $12
a day?
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, see, but it's not $12. It's 12, times 365. It's actually it's a considerable amount of money.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, open up your pocket right now. You don't got $12.
You don't have $12 today?
You don't got $12. Bro, if you don't have $12, you got way bigger fucking problems. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what? Let's...
Okay.
Yeah. Alright. Let's go back to New Jersey.
Yes.
No, I love Staten Island. For you Staten Island people out there, I love you guys.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Now it is time for the person you can choose to name or not.
Bum, bum, bum.
The first watch roast. Welcome to the pilot episode.
So this guy, let's call him Gary. He likes watches. He likes everything that's hypey. And mind you, you would almost, by the things that he likes, you would never guess that he's one of the nicest, most humble and generous people
he really is.
in the world I've ever met.
Soft-spoken, super kind.
Oh my God, like would go so far out of his way for anybody. But for whatever reason, he does like, he likes hype watches, like a lot.
He had a Bape hat on, I think, last time I saw him.
Kith.
Oh, Kith. Yeah, Kith hat.
Yeah. Like it's just funny,
Yeah.
He loves to have hypey things. Like he was into like Yeezys before, like he was into like Yeezy trading.
He's
like,
the only guy in line. Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, we've been friends for quite a few years, and over the course of the years, he's gotten more and more into watches. Right, as this whole hobby has grown, he's grown, with it. Rewind like 4 years ago, and he realized that he really wanted a gold watch, one gold watch.
Yep.
Okay, he's had a couple Rolex sports models, never more than 2 at a time. He's never had like a big collection.
Yep.
Would buy one and then trade it into something else. And mind you, always bought at retail.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't buying gray market. Was just the kind of guy that was just the nicest person to these ADs and a loyal customer, and they would reward him, with a sub or something like that, or a GMT, whatever it might be. Anyway,
I love the story of how he did it. I don't know if you can tell it.
Yeah. So he decided, I really want a gold watch. He goes, my life hasn't been easy. I've worked really, really hard. And I just feel like I want to enter the next chapter of my adulthood, with one fucking gold watch. Like, come on. So I said, Gary, go for it. If you go buy a Submariner at the time. I think the gold sub was like $27,000. A gold GMT with the green dial was even a little bit less, I think. It was prices were so different then.
Yeah, right.
It was nuts.
Of course.
And I said, so entertain those watches. And he goes, okay, blah blah blah. He had a sub, love the proportions. He goes, you know what? I love the presidential bracelet. I really want one of those.
Legendary, right.
So I said, okay, well, that's phenomenal. I love that. I'm wearing a presidential bracelet right now. I love those watches. He wants the 40 millimeters, fine. Then he goes, I think I want the rose gold with the green dial. And I said, Gary, you're not going to get that watch. You don't spend enough money with the AD. You'll never going to get that watch.
That's an impossible watch to get.
It's an impossible watch to get. It's $41,000, which is already a ton of money. And they're trading in like the 60s and 70s right now, And at the time, they were still above retail. You couldn't get one.
Yeah.
Couldn't get one.
Yeah.
But he said, no, I'm determined.
But I'm still nice.
But I'm still. What do you mean?
He's still nice.
Oh,
he wasn't that cutthroat guy.
Oh no,
nice.
the nicest guy in the world, right? So his strategy into getting this watch was being nice to ADs. That's it. That was the genius idea. Right? It wasn't buying and selling and trading. It wasn't blah, 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 scumbaggery. It was, what if I just be nice to these people? I listen to them. When their birthday is, I write it down and I text them happy birthday. I bring them breakfast one day. I bring the store breakfast. I send the store lunch one day. I bring them flowers for their anniversary. 2 years. 2 motherfucking years. This guy has been just the most incredible gentleman in tri-state authorized dealers. And last week he got the call. And he got his rose gold date with his green dial.
Wow.
Imagine that?
Yep.
So he got it. Tries it on, adores it. Thinks the watch is incredible, right? But he can't help but to wonder if he would have liked yellow gold more. And he said the hype may have gotten in the way. Right?
Classic.
Right. I may have liked a yellow gold, date 8 more. And the yellow gold date 8 retails, I think, $41,000. This watch, retails at 41 as well, but is trading in the high 60s into the 70s. And the other watch, he goes, again, hype beast on the chase a little bit.
Yep. Kith hat.
Isn't totally adverse to getting a green Daytona. So, and he's mentioned this before. He goes, what do you think the odds are of getting a green Daytona? And I said, Gary.
That's a lot of breakfast.
I don't even know how you got this watch. I have no idea.
Gary, look what you have. Gary, what can we do?
So this is what he's grappling with, right? So money aside, all that stuff aside, I guess what we're kind of looking at is, this is a guy that wants a 2-watch collection.
Yep.
He has a Rolex Hulk that he's had for years.
Beautiful watch. Beautiful Every watch. Time I've seen you and I've seen Gary, you say, I really should get a Hulk. Every single time.
I love that watch.
Yeah.
So his idea is, I want 2 watches, the Hulk and the and a green dial Rolex in precious metal.
Yeah.
But does he wait out to get the Daytona, or does he keep with the rose gold? Now, here's where the roast part comes into it. 1, you stupid. Do you know how lucky
Gary,
you are?
For the love of God.
Gary, for the love of
Gary, how far do you have to come out?
Do you know how many people are watching this video that would murder for the opportunity to have these watches?
You sent
unhappy prick.
Scrambled eggs to some dude. You jumped the line.
You sent some lilacs to this guy to bring home to his wife.
Yeah.
And listen, ADs give watches to people that they love, kind of. People that they think are good people, local people often.
They don't think you're just trying to flip the watch.
Exactly right. He's not a watch flipper, right?
Right.
So he does deserve the watch, but holy shit, guy. Can you stop? And we hang out multiple times a week, and then he's always with the next thing, watch-wise.
And he always comes to you like he's got a master plan. He's like, hey, Christian, so this is what I'm thinking.
Oh my God. That's the real message. I mean, I guess the real message here is, I guess really a question is the chase more fun than the acquisition? One thing, and sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not, right?
It's also the question of, what are you chasing? Do you even know?
Is it a thrill? Are you just chasing a thrill?
If you worked this hard and then kept up with birthdays and everything on this watch, did you not know that was the watch? Like,
right.
Did you, when you got it, were you like, oh, Like, did you not double check?
Right.
What's the reasoning behind that, Gary?
Right. What is that, Gah? And number two is, like, which was what we said in our video last week at London Jewelers.
Yeah.
You know, taking a step back, or taking a step back from the hype and looking at the watch itself. And he loves the rose gold date.
Yeah.
But thinks he likes yellow gold more. And I say, Gah, didn't you know that when I told you that 3 months ago, or 6 months ago, or a year ago?
Haven't you been looking at this watch every day, every night, online, in person?
You know what metal colors are. You know what yellow gold looks like, what rose gold looks like. I told you a year ago.
Right.
If you're the guy that wants a gold watch for your first and only gold watch, the odds are you're going to go yellow. Not everybody. It's not unanimous. Right. But you just. That's the feeling. You know, it's the feeling.
Such a classic thing to, like, anything that you want that's popular or that's wanted by others. You're like, well, I can't get the popular one because it's popular. I should get the one that's slightly less popular,
right?
Because it's more unique. Exactly. And then you do that, and you're like, oh, I should have just got the popular one because that's why it's popular.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's the other thing. Yeah. You know, that's the other thing. Exactly right. So, yeah, I mean, Gah, you're a very lucky guy. Yeah. And I'm very envious. Oh, speaking of, we have the watch. Where's the watch? Oh, yeah. Are you kidding? We made it all with this conversation. We didn't pull the fucking watch out. What is wrong with you?
I was thinking I'll put B-roll.
If I'm doing your job... Oh, God, I love this watch. I would buy this watch at $41,000. I would pay retail for this watch. I'd probably even, I don't know, pay up to $50 from an AD. Right? They're not that price. But I don't know. I'm just not the kind of guy that gets into, like, the stuff and starts buying at premiums. I'm just not.
So, step back. You know Gary very well, but pretend that you kind of don't to a degree. Right. What watch do you recommend? If he says to you, I got this, that's not... I don't think
yellow gold. I think yellow gold. And frankly, even this whole green dial thing, I think it's baloney. I think it's...
Same, especially because he has a Hulk.
Exactly right. I think this guy would be incredibly happy with a yellow gold date 40 millimeter, Roman dial, no doubt.
Yep.
I really do. In the silver dial, in the white dial's nasty.
Yep.
Even in the gold dial. It's a phenomenal watch. I wear a 36. This is my dad's watch. I 100% see the allure of the 40 millimeter.
Yeah.
100%. I love it.
Yeah.
I would buy a 40 millimeter day date in 2 seconds. No question.
Yeah.
For $40K, do I really want it right now? No. Right. I mean, that's not really what I want.
Right.
But I love it.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
When they were, they used to be 30, and I owned a couple, and I don't know why I sold them. I mean, they're not hype beast watches in the sense that everyone wants them. Mm-hmm. They're hype beast watches in the sense that, like, it's so showy, and particularly when you dress it down, it looks bad, and bad in a good way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I love about those watches.
Yeah.
I love it. Would you wear a yellow gold date?
Yeah, of course I'd wear one.
You would?
Yeah, I would go vintage though.
Yeah.
White dial, vintage,
like
36.
White dial, yeah. Try that on, Mike.
I'll put on this first because I have a Nomos on. Yeah, especially with this card. Oh, by the way, you have one guess as to who got me this cardigan.
It's the American flag and it's from Ralph Lauren.
You have one guess. Yeah, no, this is incredible. Especially with this, I kind of feel like you though. I kind of need a Negroni.
All right?
Yeah.
Kind of need a Negroni. I love wearing yellow gold watches.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's just like, it's iconic. You know?
Yeah, there's a feeling about it. Like, and it's not like a superiority feeling like some people might think. It's because there's, again, when you've seen as much as I have and so many of you guys have, like, almost in the watch world, nothing makes you feel superior. Yeah. Like, nothing. I walk into a room, everyone's got a better watch. Yeah, like, everyone. Right. That's why I don't try to compete. I just think that it's like a cool feeling to, like, be so loud and confident. It's just cool. It's just bling. I don't know. You know what it is? I think it makes you feel like a pop star.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool every once in a while.
I also think Gary, he wants a hype watch, Rolex watch. Try and find a watch that I like, even with no hype. You're just like, that is objectively a beautiful watch.
But can you remove yourself?
I know. That's the tough part.
Can you remove yourself?
Yeah.
You know? Fellini said all of his films were autobiographical, right? Every pearl is about the oyster. Like,
can you remove yourself from hype?
Can you?
I hope so.
That's super meta, bro.
Dude,
isn't that what the Matrix is about?
Get a Nomos Lux, like their gold one. That's my recommendation to everybody.
The Lambda.
Yeah, the Lambda. Yeah, I
love Nomos.
Yeah, me too.
I really do.
Anyways, that's it. Buy a Nomos.
Buy a Nomos. Shop Nomos. No. If you're not spending money, it's really on leather. I mean, it's on leather straps, and I would highly suggest that you take a look at the Theo and Harris leather strap shop. We've got.
I really want a blue strap. I can't find a single place that has one in alligator.
Wait, buddy.
What?
We got like 2 blue straps.
You're kidding. Okay.
We have like 2 of them.
Well,
we've got the Oscar.
Okay.
Right, which is in alligator.
Okay.
And then we've got the Quint, which is in calf.
Oh,
Oscar
I just thought of
manufactured in
another thing.
Texas. Quint manufactured in right outside of Paris.
I just thought of, while you were saying that, I thought of another thing.
Yeah.
I just want to go, I want a very loud strap that looks like a dinosaur.
No. Are you messing with me?
No, why?
Are you fooling?
Find me one, I'll give you $1 million.
No, I think it's cool. I sourced this piece of the alligator with this incredible finishing, and we called it the Rex. But when I saw it, I was like, that is the nuttiest strap I've ever seen in my life.
That is the
like,
most legendary strap I've ever seen.
Yeah, especially like in black and brown. That's not even daring. But the way they finish that skin,
that matte finish.
Oh, it's so nuts. A really good friend of mine, Dina, if you're watching, and if you're not watching, I'm gonna be like, what?
Whoa.
When you stop watching?
That's kind of funny, Dina.
D?
Whoa.
God, she put it on a yellow gold Datejust, just like this one. Yeah, just like this
That's
one.
a move.
You know what's funny is while we're talking about TNH members of the TNH family, Dina's from Staten Island. Dina reached out to me a couple of years ago and wanted to buy a watch, and we met up. And we put a couple of watches. We sat at a diner for like 3 hours, and he was a young woman, she's like 25 at the time, whatever, and had no watches, and was like, I think I'm really into this. Like a yellow gold Datejust is like really a significant purchase. Am I nuts? Am I out of my mind?
Yeah, right.
And I said, my advice to her, which was kind of my advice to everyone, is, and it's a little ignorant. I mean, and some people are going to get upset by this, but I don't mean it in an insensitive way. Some people, many people, some people, whatever, spend money, spend a lot of money. Even regular folks without a lot of money, over the course of the years, you spend money, whether it's on vacations, it's on dinners, It's a pretty agreeable statement that money has a funny way of just evaporating oftentimes.
True.
It just does.
Yeah.
From people from all walks of life. And I said, if this is a priority to you, just make sure that the money doesn't evaporate somewhere else. Like, just put it here. Like, you're going to look back at 35 and you're going to have the same amount of money either way.
Yeah.
But this way you have a watch.
Yeah.
Just be a little bit more, and she wasn't asking me for like financial advice. It wasn't that. It was just like, if this is your priority, then move some other stuff around. That's it.
Yeah.
And I would do that in a second.
Yeah.
If I did a rewind back to when I was like 21 or 22, like there were things that I didn't buy for myself that I would have if I had known, not the value of where they'd be now, but that also has something to do with it. But if I would have known, like, wow, you had an opportunity to buy something special and you didn't, because I was worried about, relatively speaking, dollars, fairly small amounts of money.
Yeah. And
I look back and I say, wow, if I needed to sacrifice something in retrospect, I would have. I would have just not done something. You know what I mean? I would have, or a couple of things. I have a friend that, I'm sorry, now I'm rambling. But I have a friend that it was a priority to him buy a Patek Nautilus back in 10 years ago, and the watch was like $20,000, and he told me, right, it's 10 years ago, and he told me, I didn't go to many dinners. Right? I literally went without, not eating, but I went without partying so I could have this watch. I think that story kind of captures the message. Anyways, you good?
I'm good.
All right.
Oh.
Okay, thanks.
Welcome.